Yes. How are we doing tonight, Bop Stop? Good. Good. Like she said, my name is Molly, which does mean I can never get lost at a music festival. Yeah, if you're not laughing at that joke, you've never felt cheats before. That's what to tell you. Not to bring the mood down, but I did have a rough year this year. Right before my birthday, my grandma actually passed away, which was really hard because I've been short about $50 this whole year. Yeah, I didn't get the birthday card. You know, I told that joke in West Virginia once and someone just yells out, "Your grandma's cheap!" I was like, yes, so am I. I needed that $50. Thank you for pointing out the obvious. But I feel bad complaining because, like, I guess we're still in a pandemic. Like, it's been a rough couple of years for all of us, you know? But I do think there's some good things that came out of this pandemic, and maybe we can focus more on that. Like, I personally still use my elbow to open doors if I can instead of my hand. Yeah, and I've noticed some of the more polite male comics have started manually jerking off the microphone instead of deep-throating it like they used to do. It's a really welcome change. And I still find myself Googling things at times like, can you get COVID from swallowing the cum of someone else who has COVID? You know, the internet is inconclusive, so go for it. Yeah. But there is one group of people in particular that I think had it the worst during COVID, and I don't think we talk about them enough. And that's the Amish youth. You know, just imagine them going out on Rumspringa, summer 2020. You know, and they roll up to the first bar they can find. And they try and order a drink, but they can't even read the menu because they don't have a phone to scan the QR code. You know, it's really hard on them. Like, they're just trying to drink all the drinks and do all the drugs so they can choose between their family and electricity forever. Yeah, and the best thing they can get their hands on is some ivermectin from their local town vet. And some discarded Tiger King merch, you know? It just wasn't the Rumspringa they imagined. Like, one person cackled that Tiger King reference. Might have been the bartender, who knows? No, but just like them, I like to drink. You guys like to drink? Woo! 3 people. I hope those 3 people are tipping really well for the bar. Like, that's rough. Who's drinking right now? Clap it up, clap it up. Let's get the energy back up. Let's go. There we go. Yes, you guys like to drink. You're my people. Don't make me feel like an alcoholic. As I'm about to tell you a joke about how I drink too much. Anyway, I like to drink. And I don't have ACLs in my knees anymore. So that basically just means I fall all the time. Yeah, and I had too much to drink a couple of years ago. I fell, I busted my chin open. It wasn't a good look. I had to go to work the next day. A lot of my coworkers had questions. You know, like, what happened? No, I didn't know what to tell them. Mostly because I wasn't ready for an intervention, you know? So I just told them that I talked back to my husband one too many times. You know, that's what this is from, right? Straight to the moon. But then I got an angry call from my husband after he got an angry call from HR. Because I forgot we worked together. Yeah, like I said, I've been drinking a lot, guys. Anyway, I'm divorced now, to no one's surprise. Yes, clap it up, the other people that are divorced. Yes, there's my people. Right here. Did you get divorced recently? Not recently. 15 years ago. Okay, I was not legally allowed to get divorced 15 years ago, but I wasn't far off, in all fairness. Good for you. I did get divorced, and I did get divorced via Zoom because it was summer 2020. Yeah, guys, that's weird. It's the most millennial thing I've ever done, right? Is the Zoom divorce? Like, how precious. We did it. But the weirdest part about that is, like, me and the Amish youth have a lot in common, and that I was having technical difficulties logging on to my own divorce. And I actually ended up having to call in to my divorce. Yeah, which did make sense because I did phone in the entire marriage, you know? It was very full circle. But the real bummer about that is he couldn't see how good I looked. You know, from here, right? Like, I've forgotten how to dress myself outside of that Zoom window box. Anyone else not know how to be in society anymore and present themselves? Like, it's confusing. Guys, I have shorts on. I don't know why, but I do. It happened. It's weird because I'm like trying to put together outfits now, and I asked my boyfriend, I'm like, does this work? And he just looks at me and he's like, oh, babe, you're so bold. But no, we're going to a nice restaurant. Please change. You don't need shorts there, you know? So that's my life. But I did live in DC for 10 years. Anyone been to DC? You lived in DC too? Nice. This is my new best friend up here. When were you in DC? Did you get divorced in DC? Who is your judge? No, I'm just kidding. No, I did live in DC for 10 years. And in all fairness, I grew up here. I grew up in Painesville, Ohio. And when I first moved there, I realized that there were some things I didn't know. You know, like that we don't do nutrition that well here. Like, did you guys know that corn is not a vegetable? It took me moving to DC to learn this. Like, my family has about 10 secret recipes that call for an entire box of Cheez-Its. You know, and then we cover that in shredded cheese. And then I drizzle ranch all over that. You know, like, this body is brought to you by Hidden Valley. Thank you. I'm pretty sure if condiments had no calories, I'd be a supermodel instead of a stand-up comedian. Because ranch is the only thing holding me back, you know? I get it. Another reason I decided to move back is because people are nice here. It's true. Everyone in DC kind of sucks. Like, they all have a stick up their ass and a failed dream in their heart. You know, and not even like a cool failed dream, like people from New York City or LA who are like, I couldn't make it as a model or an actor. No, people in DC, their failed dreams are like, oh, the senator wouldn't leave his third wife for me. It's really hard out here as a gold digger. But they suck. I did actually have to train myself out of saying, hi, how's it going? To every person I passed in DC when I first moved there. Because in the words of my friends, I was either gonna get shot or raped. Yeah. And honestly, guys, I'm not hot enough for that to make the national news. You know, so the tragedy would go wasted. I'm no Gabby Petito. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's fine. I know who I am. The only person who cares if I go missing is the head of sales for Hidden Valley. He sent me a birthday card this year. Someone remembered. No, but people are nice here. I had nice parents. Clap it up if you had nice parents. You had a good childhood? Yes. Let's go. I know, very not on brand for a comic to have like a good childhood, but here I am. No, I did have really nice parents. Actually, a few years ago, we passed a chalk wall in Ohio City, and it had this prompt written on it. What's one thing you want to do before you die? And my mom went first, and she writes, see my kids happy. I know, it's so precious. My dad goes second, and he just writes, make a great risotto. Yeah. Well, fast forward to today, guys, and my mom's dead and my dad still can't cook. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you guys is it wasn't a wishing wall, you know? I did have to go to a kid's birthday party the other day at 11 a.m. on a Saturday. Anyone ever have to suffer through that shit? Yeah, I don't like kids. We just don't get along that much. I think we both just compete for the attention, so that's the problem. But I get there and the kid was crying and I was like, Aunt Molly's got this, let's go. So I walk up to it and I ask it what's wrong. And the kid, through tears, is like, I ate a whole box of crayons. Emma pooped and it turned into a rainbow. I was like, oh, buddy. My mom's dead. And I've been short about $50 this whole year. It's gonna get worse. You should just learn that now and buckle up, you know, it'll make things a lot easier for you. All right, I'm about to get out of here, but before I leave, we all know exactly the type of person I am, a piece of shit. We're all on the same page. But I did want to share with you guys that I am an organ donor. Anyone else? Yes. 3 people here are good people. All right, me and the other 3 people. I will say, I think I signed up for the wrong reasons though. Because if I'm being honest, I wanted to be an organ donor so that I look really skinny in my casket, you know? Like take everything out, put nothing back in, give me a bottle ranch. All right, you guys have been wonderful. My name is Molly Fratz. Keep over, Cece.